Welcome to Across the Globe. Today, we will learn about data binding techniques. Data binding in Angular is crucial for establishing communication between components and views. It enables the seamless exchange of data, ensuring dynamic content rendering. The four essential types of data binding in Angular include interpolation, property binding, event binding, and two-way binding. Interpolation allows the embedding of component properties within the HTML template, like displaying text or variables. Property binding involves setting properties of HTML elements using data from the component class. Event binding permits the handling of user events, such as clicks or key presses, triggering functions in the component. Two-way binding amalgamates property binding and event binding, enabling bidirectional data flow between the component and the view, where changes in one reflect in the other synchronously. For instance, in a form input field where a user enters data, two-way binding ensures immediate updates of the input value in both the input field and the bound variable in the component class, maintaining synchronization. This streamlined approach enhances user experience and simplifies data management in Angular applications. Interpolation in web development is a data binding technique that outputs component data in the view. In this technique, placeholders in the template are replaced with component data dynamically. For instance, in a Python script where the variable name is assigned the value John Doe, this data can be displayed in an HTML template using double curly braces like h1 name h1, where the variable name is interpolated into the HTML output. Property binding is a unidirectional data binding method in web development. It enables the assignment of component properties to elements in the user interface. In the provided example, a Python snippet initializes a variable isDisabled as true. This variable is then bound to the disabled property of a button element in the HTML template using square brackets. Consequently, the button will be disabled based on the value of the isDisabled variable, showcasing property binding in action. Event binding is a mechanism in web development that lets you capture and respond to user-triggered events. It establishes a connection between user interactions and code execution. Using Angular, you can bind events like clicks, key presses, etc. to specific functions in your codebase. In the provided example, the click event is bound to the onClick function, which displays an alert when the button is clicked. By utilizing event binding, developers can create interactive and responsive web applications that react to user actions in real time. Two-way binding facilitates the automatic synchronization of data between the component and the view in an application. This bidirectional data flow enables changes made in the view to reflect in the component, and vice versa, without the need for manual intervention. For instance, considering a scenario where a user inputs their email address in a text input field in the view, the two-way binding ensures that the entered email is immediately accessible and stored in the component data model. Conversely, if the email stored in the component is modified programmatically, the corresponding change will seamlessly reflect in the view without manual update operations. In essence, the two-way binding feature enhances the seamless interaction and synchronization of data between the user interface and the underlying component logic. Data binding is like a bridge connecting two islands, allowing them to communicate and share resources seamlessly. In a program, data binding techniques help link user interface elements with underlying data, ensuring they stay in sync and update automatically. Just like how the bridge ensures smooth transportation between the islands, data binding ensures smooth communication between different parts of the program. Without data binding, it would be like trying to swim between the islands without a bridge, resulting in inefficiency and potential errors. Hey, Code Conquerors, ready to level up? With TechLearn ATG, showcase your skills with official course certificates. Just visit our site and start. Need that extra boost? Get tailored learning, 24/7 support and expert guidance, coding smarter, growing faster, and making learning fun. Go to our website across the globe, w.atg.world. Data binding techniques play a crucial role in ensuring seamless communication between the user interface and underlying data in software development. Let's delve deeper into the concept. In the provided Angular code snippet, the user profile component encapsulates the functionality related to user profile management. The template section defines the UI elements to display and update user information. By using the ng-model syntax, two-way data binding is established between the input fields and the user object properties, username and email. This means that any changes made in the input fields are automatically reflected in the user object and vice versa. For instance, if a user edits the username field, the user.username property in the component class is updated accordingly. Similarly, modifications to the email field are synchronized with the user.email property. The update user profile method serves as a trigger for performing actions, such as saving the updated user profile when the Update Profile button is clicked. This method leverages the bound data to carry out the necessary functionality in response to user interactions. Real-world applications of such data binding techniques include user profile management systems, online forms, e-commerce platforms, and collaborative editing tools. These scenarios benefit greatly from the automatic synchronization of user input with back-end data, enhancing user experience and data integrity. In summary, data binding techniques like ng-model enhance the interactivity and responsiveness of web applications by establishing a seamless connection between UI elements and data models, facilitating effective communication and dynamic updates. One industrial application where data binding techniques like two-way data binding are commonly used is in customer relationship management, CRM systems. In CRM systems, user interfaces often display customer information such as name, contact details, purchase history, and other related data. By utilizing data binding techniques, such as those provided by Angular or other front-end frameworks, CRM applications can ensure that any changes made to customer information in the UI are automatically reflected in the corresponding data objects. This real-time synchronization simplifies the process of updating and managing customer data, providing a seamless user experience and reducing the likelihood of data inconsistencies. Another example can be seen in e-commerce platforms where product catalogs are displayed to users. Data binding techniques are crucial in ensuring that any changes made to product details or availability in the database are immediately reflected in the UI presented to customers. This real-time synchronization helps maintain accurate product information, inventory levels, and pricing, enhancing the overall user experience and supporting efficient order management processes. Across the globe, industries rely on data binding techniques to streamline the flow of information between user interfaces and back-end systems, ultimately enhancing productivity, accuracy, and user satisfaction. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next video.